about to start my game. I don't know who all got to play. Oh, fucking bombs. God damn. If the nigga, what the day is? Bomb was off last night. Bomb's off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Bomb, you could have played your goddamn game. No, you know what? I'm tripping. We just advanced. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the
menu narration option is set to off.
All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. The magazine wait for me, baby. I'll be done
so you picked that boy off 7 times, nigga? I was like, God. And you passed for almost 500 yards. I just looked at the stats before this game. I was like, this nigga hung 71 on. I knew you beat the shit out of it, but I never went and looked back at the stats. I was like, oh shit.
30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay.
And then it was some nigga told him, what a nigga, I don't know if you told him or some other nigga said, nigga, that's for your brother, nigga, that's for Adrian, nigga. That you were.
All right, Coach, they've got right around 100,000 packed in here like sardines at AT&T Stadium, and with the roof closed and the bottled waters flowing, figures to be a loud and raucous atmosphere in Arlington. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
From the gun, it's Haskins. He's got a man, and that's Alex Erickson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Quinn with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option.
Them niggas don't brace themselves for nothing, dog. It's like they be paralyzed when they fall.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. 3rd down, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Here's Austin. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Finding room at the 30. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, Pollard. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down now, it's Grant. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
Anderson. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Run for Pollard. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. First down, and it's Pollard again. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. We're scoreless after 1.
Right there, 56. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now here's Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Well, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Forbath, the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
That shit popped up right when he fell in the end zone. Fucking computer, that shit had a rest.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Dog, that shit
and
came
run
up
back
in
here. This will
red
be
in
a
that
touchback,
burgundy,
and it comes out to the
aggressive.
25-yard line. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Just like that. Just like that.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Under. Go back. We got motion. Back up. Here we go, 46. Watch the ship. Hey. Watch the ship. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 26.
On second down, Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. 26.
On third down, Pollard. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. On second down, Anderson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, it's Grant. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Boom!
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Is Lockheed still out? They still out, Minshew? They still there?
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer. And he's going to be brought down.
350 is the one that's right there on Gentile.
Robert Quinn in there yet again. What else is new? He
Yeah,
continues to
right by
rewrite the
LaPetite.
record
Where
book
LaPetite
in
used to be
single-season
right past LaPetite,
sacks.
the big one.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because the
They come
tornado
up
shelter
on
was in the
second and
back.
long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Haskins. And they're going to
For real?
sack him yet again. The pass rush has
Dang.
been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well and get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
National Finance?
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Now Austin.
Yeah, that's what you were.
13 games going on here in this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. They'll run with Pollard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
They was building a external tank for the shuttle when I was there.
Pollard going to try the right side.
And
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It looked like everybody.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
He said, I know what you want. You see all these people standing around, smiling in the canteen. He said, you'll wonder how that goddamn team get built. He said, what they did.
They'll run on first down.
White boy there told me, nigga told me, welcome to
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
No shit. That's when I first
And that
got
last
in the
carry
league.
puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
He a Zulu.
On first down, Pollard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd down, it's Pollard.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Any of y'all have an air fryer, dog?
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. Open man, Erickson. That's complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, this is Geis. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From just shy of midfield, Haskins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get through. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
At Jerry Jones' house, man. You saw that shit?
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. That reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down now, Pollard. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. On the ground, it's Geis. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is. But the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Taken in at the 11. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Pollard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Again, Anderson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They will run with Grant. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the lead extends. It's 15-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin. And that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10 now, Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Haskins. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 36. This is Thompson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Haskins gets him up to the line as quick as he can. On 2nd and 7, Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Pollard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give right side. Pollard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. Pollard. And the ball is knocked out. And the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year, there on the stop. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Haskins to throw it. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for Dallas, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week.
Bruh,